Guys, how you doing? Ryan with Premier. Good morning. So, right now, I am out in forefather country right now, Lexington, Massachusetts.
Yes, yes! Although, I mean, one of us should probably warn everyone, that the British are coming. I mean, not me. I mean, I want to fight. I mean, oh, shoot, I've got the horse. I mean, but if anyone else wants to go...
I'll go.
No one? All right. I'll make sure everyone remembers your names.
And yeah, so you got to understand like how this job came to be. So I had a guy, George Hamilton, no, not the actor.
Be strong, Nadja. Be strong.
Who said, hey, we got these tennis courts. They were neighborhood tennis courts. They've been kind of forgotten and left to die by the wayside. Would you mind coming out and giving us a quote? So when I first came out here, this was all grown in. This was a footpath that started off of this road. It went down a very, very steep incline to a wooden like bridge over some water type shit. And we walked back there and I look at it. I look at the courts. The courts aren't really in that bad a shape, but it was a logistic nightmare. Like, how would I even get in here? Blah, blah, blah. So we start talking to neighbors. Neighbors are like, ooh, there might be ruts from the tires, and it's like, come on, all right, come on. So I tell them, no, that's not going to be the case. They wanted a guarantee that I'm not fucking relooming 500 feet of travel road because no. So I kept kicking the can down the road for a couple of years, just every year. No, not interested. Oh, look at that flower. I don't know what that is. Dandelion, maybe? It's in the wild. We're in the wild. So, he calls me back in the spring of 2023, and he's like, hey, we're gonna get this going. And I'm like, yeah, not interested. Like I've told you so many times. He's like, no, like, I'm building a road. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? But he's a civil engineer, so he actually knew more than most people about stuff like this. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll hook up my I'm gonna hook my Cartier wagon. And he built this road. So then he asked me, do I know anybody who does site work and stuff like that? And of course I do. So I hooked him up with Mike Curl from Curl Landscape Construction.
Get your fucking Dodge!
Hey,
don't get the Dodge!
Go. And Mike came out here to build what was supposed to be a retaining wall. But like everything in Mike Curl fashion, it turned into this giant elaborate job. So this area up here just used to be all overgrown, nothing. It was just dirt, overgrown, over to there where it was just a fucking dirt hill that went down to the courts. It was all overgrown, had roots all over it. Built that. I mean, look at how nice that is. So Curl builds that. That's a nice little viewing area. And now, what do you do when you got tennis posts that are in the ground and you can't get them out? They've been left there for a long time. They are rusted out to the sleeves and they're not coming out. But the footings themselves are in pretty good shape. That can be a very expensive process to rip out the old footings and put new ones in just to have new posts. It could cost in the neighborhood of $10,000 and you're opening a Pandora's box once you get in there. So in situations like this, we just clean up what's here. We sand them down, we paint them, and when this court's done, these actually have brass tops. These things are going to look pretty damn good. Dumping shit into this endless hole. Oh, for sure. That'll be enough. That'll fill it. Huh.
This is the fourth pour.
Holy fuck.
A whole nother world under there.
Yeah, look, right now there's some kid in China fucking playing some game, and his shit's coming out of his fucking light fixture. And he's like, Ma, what's going on? What the fuck?
The air raid noise is
Seriously.
going off.
It's coming through his light bulbs.
Yeah.
I don't know where this stuff's going. But it ain't to the surface.
Holy fuck. What's it say? This is going to be a $75 crack. Wouldn't you add up all the shit?
It's only, what, 4 inches?
Well, now Ricky's getting he's getting precision on this.
Oh, yeah, this is professional. That's
Just when you thought it was
Yeah.
about full, huh, Ricky?
That's when you thought it was safe to come back.
You know, people, this is a good lesson in why you need to fill cracks, not only in your driveway and your parking lots or on your tennis courts, but in your driveways and parking lots. Because this little ass crack, if it was in your driveway, you may walk by 100 times a month and not give it 2 thoughts of, it just looks like a little crack. But we're going on like a gallon of concrete or hydraulic cement binder that we poured in here, and maybe it's getting close to find it. No, doesn't look good. Maybe not.
Oh my god.
It's like, fuck, I gotta go do something else, but I started this video, I can't stop it till that thing's full. I
I'm
mean,
gonna have to make a part 2.
yeah.
Might have to.
The only reason it's draining so slow is it doesn't have anywhere for the air to escape.
Right.
Yep.
So it can't go any faster.
Stick a little straw in there.
I didn't even get to Ryan's over there yet.
Yeah.
Hey, 4 minutes later. That crack filling video got quite a bit of attention. A lot of comments, so I'd like to address some of the comments because some of them had good points. And when you have 5 million views on something, you get a lot of suggestions, to say the least. So let's go over some of these, all right? Spray foam. Why can't we use spray foam? Well, spray foam would be good as like a backer rod, but it's not going to get down into the crack. It's not going to follow the washout, and it's not going to backfill it. There's a chance it could, but how do you know? How do you know that that crack doesn't run 4 feet in one direction? You're not going to get the spray foam in there that far. Now, we do have a camera. I had people say, why don't you probe or with a camera? And I do have a camera, so that part didn't get shown. Again, I just made a video of us pouring some shit into a hole. I didn't expect 5 million people to watch it. But again, I mean, we do probe with a camera to make sure that there's really no severe washout or anything. But we're using a flowable film, which is made up of hydraulic cement, sand, and an acrylic bonder. And that gets poured into the crack. It finds its way to the furthest point, and then it backfills it. And what we're trying to do, we're on tennis courts. In the video, you couldn't get an idea of where we were working, but we're doing this on tennis courts. So it's important that you backfill anything that may be washed out, because at the end of the day, you don't want bird baths, which are small puddles on tennis courts. We call them bird baths. So you don't want bird baths. When we're done backfilling the crack with the concrete binder, we actually have a process that we stop them from ever taking water on again. Here are a couple of clips of what that looks like.
Yep. Video for show all these spots we did.
And when it's done, it looks like this. And then when that's done, it looks like this. So, thank you for the comments. I hope this cleared up any of the questions that you may had. Like, why can't you dig out the whole thing? This is a major structural issue. You should be cutting that out. You should be backfilling that with some type of T-base gravel. You should be compacting it. You should be putting new asphalt on top of it. Yeah, okay. I should, right? Maybe in a perfect world, that's what would happen. But in this world, where we only have 1 year to get a fucking tennis court done, it's not happening, okay? As soon as you put new asphalt down on this, now you got to let it sit for months before you can coat it. So, listen, I know, the way it looked, I would be questioning it myself. But at the same time, you got to trust me to know what I'm doing.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman.
All right, maybe not. Who fucking knows?